Hi and welcome. My name is Katie Norman and I am a senior manager with LA Metro. I'm here today to speak with you about the call to artists for artwork design services for the East San Fernando Valley and G-Line stations. In this workshop, we will cover the following agenda items. We'll kick off the meeting with an introduction to Metro and Metro Art and provide background on the East San Fernando Valley and G-Line improvements projects and the artwork opportunities. After that, we'll walk through the application process. We'll end the meeting with information on how to submit any questions that you may have. First, a little background. Metro is the transportation planner and coordinator, designer, builder, and operator for LA County. Our transit system is the second busiest in the US and serves over 10 million people, approximately 1/4 of California's total residents. Metro operates in a 1,447 square mile service area with 107 rail stations and 11,912 bus stops. As of stats last month, Metro is currently averaging 877,000 riders per weekday. We provide service in 88 municipalities and 140 unincorporated areas. Some people think that Metro is just trains and buses, but Metro supports a wide variety of mobility options. We provide rail and buses, including dedicated bus transitways like the G-Line. We manage the carpool lanes to help keep traffic moving. Freeway patrol keeps freeways moving by getting disabled vehicles moving or by quickly towing those vehicles off the freeway to a safe location. We have a bike share program and on-demand rideshare in designated service areas with Metro Micro. This diversity reflects the many ways people move through Los Angeles. The Metro Art program exists in service of the agency's mobility goals. Metro Art enhances the customer experience with an innovative, award-winning visual and performing arts programming that encourages ridership and connects people, sites, and neighborhoods throughout Los Angeles County. Our program started with Metro's first rail project over 40 years ago, and we now have the second largest transit art collection in the country. The Metro Art Program policy allocates a minimum of 0.5% of construction costs for transit capital projects for public art for those projects. Over the years, we have worked with over 1,000 artists and designers. Our work has received over 100 national and international awards. Our approach to all of our projects is grounded in these principles. Putting people first, we connect to creative communities throughout LA County, and we champion innovation. I will now give you a quick tour of where you can find Metro Art on our system. I recommend going out and seeing it in person to get inspired. You will find artworks in our stations, mobility hubs, divisions and facilities, which are standalone buildings like rail and bus divisions and other facilities, customer centers, and you may have driven under this artwork. We also commission artists for bridges and overpasses. The call to artists we are discussing today is for the East San Fernando Valley project and G-Line improvements projects. There are 12 opportunities for artists in total, 11 at new East San Fernando Valley rail stations and 1 at the new G-Line bus transitway station. This map shows the alignment of the East San Fernando Valley light rail and the G-Line improvements. The East San Fernando Valley and G-Line stations that are a part of this call to artists are located along the blue dash line which runs along Van Nuys Boulevard. The East San Fernando Valley stations begin at the G-Line, which is the orange solid line on the map, and end in Pacoima where you see the purple dash line. The purple dash line represents the northern segment, which is a future project and not a part of this artist call. The East San Fernando Valley project will include 11 new light rail stations that connect the communities of Van Nuys, Panorama City, Arleta, and Pacoima, and is anticipated to open in 2031. The G-Line Improvements project will upgrade the existing G-Line and include 1 new aerial station to replace the at-grade Van Nuys station, which will intersect with the East San Fernando Valley project at Van Nuys Boulevard and Oxnard Street and is anticipated to open in 2027. One artist will be commissioned to provide site-specific original artwork designs for each station. There will be 11 new East San Fernando Valley stations for a total of 11 artist opportunities. The contract awards for each artwork commission are anticipated to range between $110,000 and $120,000, depending on the scope and scale of the artwork locations. The artwork locations at the East San Fernando Valley stations are integrated into the architecture of the station platforms. The colorful placeholders on this rendering at the station represent a few of the artwork locations that are typical of these stations, suspended from the canopy and at the back of the ticket vending areas. The stations are designed using a kit of parts approach, which means the architectural materials are standard across all the stations. The kit of parts includes a neutral palette of architectural finish materials that are designed to showcase artworks as the defining feature of each station. The open-air street-level platforms allow artworks to be visible from multiple perspectives, viewable by Metro riders as well as by the surrounding neighborhoods. Contracted artists will provide final artwork designs as full-scale, high-resolution files for Metro Art to produce with a fabricator. The final artist design will be translated into a durable material called porcelain enamel steel, which will be installed at these stations. The artist will participate in the oversight of artwork fabrication, and Metro will manage and cover the cost of fabrication and installation with third parties. Here is one example of a similar design integration approach with artworks on our system. Here is another example. These are both on the K-line and use the same material, porcelain enamel steel, and are in similar locations as the future East San Fernando Valley stations. The G-Line Improvements project includes a new Van Nuys station, which is part of a dedicated bus transitway. This aerial bus station will have a glass barrier that spans both sides of the station platform. One artist will be commissioned for a temporary artwork spanning the glass barrier on both sides of the platform. This station is also designed using a kit of parts approach meant to showcase the artwork. The elevated platform spans Van Nuys Boulevard, providing an immersive artwork experience for riders and a high visibility opportunity from multiple vantage points within the surrounding community, particularly at night when the artwork will be illuminated by station lighting. The contracted artist will provide the final artwork designs as full-scale, high-resolution files for translation into a vinyl by a third-party artwork fabricator. This will be under a separate contract to Metro. Here's an example of a vinyl artwork on the A-line that is a similar application. Here is an example of an existing station with glass artwork on the K-line. Let's go over eligibility. This call is open to professional artists who live or work in LA County. You must have a physical address, not a PO box, and be authorized to work in the US. No prior public art experience is required to be eligible for this project. Artists who are currently under contract with Metro for a large-scale commission, like the ones we are discussing today, or who have completed an artist contract with Metro within the last 3 years, are ineligible for consideration. Please note that if you've worked with us on temporary exhibitions, posters, or lightbox projects, you are still eligible to apply. Metro employees are not eligible for this opportunity. All applications must be submitted on the Slide Room website. Here's what you'll need to submit: a letter of interest, maximum 1 page, describing why you want to be part of this project and how it relates to your artistic practice, a professional resume, and 1 to 10 images of your past artwork. These should be original works with high quality files. Please note this is review of qualifications only. We are not asking for proposals at this stage. You can find all this information in the request for qualifications on the Metro Art website at metro.net/art. Here is where you will also find the link to apply for the artist call-in slide room, which we will go over next. And finally, you can find a link to the Q&A at the bottom of this web page. This is where we will be posting all questions that are received in writing and Metro's response. We will go over how to submit questions at the end of the presentation. We are using Slide Room for all applications. If you haven't used it before, we'll walk you through the steps from creating a profile to submitting your final application. This section of the presentation includes screenshots of the process, so feel free to follow along when you begin your application. When you click on the link to apply, this page will come up with the title of the artist call and a brief description. You can preview the full application before deciding to sign up by clicking Preview Full Application. Next, you will need to create a Slide Room profile if you don't already have one. Make sure that you provide your most current address and phone number when setting up your profile. Once your profile is complete and you log in, you will be able to begin the application. This is what the form looks like. You will answer the questions and upload your letter of interest and resume on this page. At the bottom of the page, you will be able to save your application and go to the next section. The next section is the portfolio uploads. You can upload between 1 and 10 images here that are up to 5 megabytes in size each. You will have the option to title your images and provide a description such as size and media. Remember, these are all images of past artwork. Please do not submit a proposal at this stage. The final part of the application is the submissions page. If you would like to review your application before submitting, you have the option on this page. Once you are ready, submit your application by clicking the blue button at the bottom of the page. Next, we are going to discuss the selection process. There are 2 stages to the selection process on this slide. We are going to focus on stage 1, which is the application you will be submitting in Slide Room. A community-based art panel consisting of arts professionals connected to the project area will review and rank artist qualifications. The highest ranked artists will be identified as finalists and will be invited to develop artwork proposals for consideration during the second stage of review. The following evaluation criteria will be used for the review of artist qualifications. Artistic merit at 60%, as demonstrated in your past work. Experience at 40%, as reflected in your resume and letter of interest. During stage 2, finalists recommended by the art panel will receive an invitation to develop a proposal and will be paid $2,000 after presenting their proposal to the art panel during the stage 2 review. Metro will provide the finalists with a project overview, technical guidelines, construction drawings, and other information pertinent to developing an artwork proposal. Artists will personally present their proposals to the art panel during an in-person meeting. The art panel will review and rank the artwork proposals. The artists with the highest ranked proposals will be recommended for a commission. At stage 2, the evaluation criteria includes artistic merit of the proposal at 50%, as demonstrated by mastery of technique and formal aesthetic qualities, appropriateness to the site at 30%, as demonstrated by the concept and connection to transit location, and community engagement at 20%, as demonstrated by the methods the artist will engage the public during the artwork design. The request for qualifications application must be submitted by Monday, September 22nd, 2025 by 11:59 p.m. PDT. You can only apply through SlideRoom. Applicants should use the latest version of their web browser when using SlideRoom. If you need technical help, email support@slideroom.com or visit their online help desk. Allow adequate time to familiarize yourself with the SlideRoom submittal process and to receive any needed technical support. After today's session, you can send any questions you may have to artistopportunities@metro.net. Questions and answers will be posted on a weekly basis. The last day to submit questions is Wednesday, September 17th at 5 p.m. PDT. We'll post final answers by September 19th by 5 p.m. PDT. You can find all the questions and answers received to date at metro.net/art under Art Opportunities. If you would like to learn more about this and other Metro Art events and opportunities, please connect with us and sign up for the Metro Art e-newsletter. Thank you so much for attending this workshop. We hope this information is helpful as you consider applying.